Everyone and their second cousin seems to be obsessed with Disney Dreamlight Valley right now. All of your favorite Animal Crossing New Horizons and Stardew Valley streamers are trying out this new Disney-centric cozy farm sim. Do you love Disney or just want a new game on your laptop to play on a rainy day? Or are you like me and want to find another thing to dump your mind vomit on for a few weeks and inevitably give it the same treatment as your Animal Crossing island? Either way, this game is in its first few months of release and it can still be a bit overwhelming. I've gathered a few of my thoughts about the game and tips and tricks for if you want to start the journey of saving the valley. Everything I have to say about this game comes with a grain of salt. I'm not the most nostalgic for the few Disney movies represented so far, besides Stitch, Ariel, and Gothel, and the game is still in early access. Any issues that I have with the game aren't necessarily about the plot itself, but more about performance and bugs. I also don't have an issue with Gameloft themselves, and I think they're doing an amazing job at finding out what's going on with the game and how to fix it. A lot of my issues could be overlooked by an avid Disney fan, or they could just be patched out in the next update. For instance, I know for a fact that I will become an ungodly Gameloft dick rider when Rapunzel and, hopefully, Eugene get added to the game. I apologize in advance for the person I will become. But as it stands, here are some bugs to consider if you're gonna buy the game and for what platform. Alright, if you play this game, you knew this was coming. The entire Switch port. I got the game day of launch or close to it for the Switch because my laptop at the time was running worse than a potato clock that went through the Cold War. To say the Switch port had its issues on launch is an understatement. To say the Switch port still has issues is also an understatement. For starters, the game relies on real-life time like Animal Crossing does. So me and any other grinders just kind of shrugged our shoulders and said, well, I know how to get around this. Except it broke the entire game. You cannot time travel in this game. If you time travel in Animal Crossing, you would have to write down the exact time you travel from, then switch it back to said time, and pray to Michael Mouse and Gameloft that it didn't bug your game. I tried this method and it still turned my game into string cheese. Say you're not a goblin gamer like me, and keep your Switch synced up to real time. It should work then, right? Right? I would have gotten my own clips for this, but one, I don't own a capture card, and two, it would be too busy crashing for me to record the bugs. To Gameloft's credit, a lot of the launch problems have been mostly solved, and they're trying their best to resolve everything. But I dropped the Switch port as soon as I got a new laptop, so. The other bug that I'm going to talk about unfortunately plagues every single console, at least that I'm aware of. Scrooges. We all knew this was coming, and I have a personal vendetta against this Scottish motherfucker. When the Dreamlight Valley team released this image, I knew my hatred for this duck was on a personal level, and I was relieved to find out that I wasn't the only one victimized by Scrooge McDuck.
That's probably true. How many of you have ever felt personally victimized by Regina George?
As it stands in the December 2022 update, for a lot of people, myself included, Scrooge's shop, what's supposed to be a daily refresh of new items that you haven't cataloged and maybe some repeats, never updates and gives us the same goddamn frozen lamp and Ariel side table. Most of the players having the issues are having the same exact furniture recycle through. Given the limited storage options, I'll leave it at my 9 Cinderella mannequins instead of taking the 10th. Again, this is a petty point, and the Gameloft team is working hard to try and figure it out. But I'm gonna hold this duck at gunpoint if I don't start seeing this furniture soon. With all of this going on, the game must not be fun, right? Absolutely wrong. Even when my Switch was crashing literally every 5 minutes and felt like it was getting sent to the Earth's molten core, I still stuck through it to play the game. Why? Because again, the game is in early access beta testing and it shows the potential to be amazing upon full release. The characters, unlike some game, actually have heart and, well, character. Even characters that I thought I would find the most annoying are palatable. If you still don't like them, you really only have to do their quest and have tops maybe 15 conversations with them. For instance, I'm not the biggest fan of Minnie Mouse, sue me, but I still have fun toting her around to put her in a baby cage and watch her explode as I farm. The villains are incorporated in a way that I didn't see coming. I honestly thought that they would be a challenge for you to overcome, but instead Disney said rehabilitation is better than imprisonment. The valley itself is fun to decorate. Mine still looks about 5% finished, but take it at your pace. I've come to realize that these games are more fun when you genuinely just enjoy them, not stress over the Pinterest players, and decorate on your own timeline. Part of the reason why I get burned out playing Animal Crossing New Horizons is I feel inadequate that my island isn't done after over a year of having Ravenport. Unlike New Horizons, the characters being themselves and the quests are a good option if you just want to play for content's sake. With this game, it has the possibility to give you burnout, but take a lesson from Soul and enjoy where you are. All in all, my thoughts on this game, bugs aside, are very positive. I'm finding myself playing this game close to every day, having fun streaming it, and also just chilling with it. If you want a cozy game with life to it and a very dedicated developing company behind it, you should 100% buy Disney Dreamlight Valley. Alright, if I've kept your attention this long, or if you've just skipped through the chapters, here's your reward. All of my time has gone into studying up on this game or being the kinesthetic person I am, mashing buttons until something works. I have embodied the nerd emoji for this game. Anyways, here's 5 tips and tricks for Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have seen so many people talk about this, and it's for good reason. For the love of God, please make yourself a storage system at the beginning of the game and just hoard any material you come across. Some of the as it stands mid-game quests take so many materials and you will be beating yourself up for 3 days trying to find 9 black passion lilies for Wally to get his astronomy club. Yes, this is specific. Yes, this is a personal experience. And yes, I refuse to talk to Wally until he apologizes. Some other quests need like 5 iron ingots, which is 25 ore or something along those lines. So please, use my knowledge. I beg you. Make a storage system early on and hoard the shit out of materials. I'm adding this one in here because I wish someone told me this sooner, but hey, that's what I get for getting this game early. For the love of God, do not make the duties based on the characters' personalities if you want fast level ups. I made Mickey Mouse a forager because I thought he was a rat, so foraging, but I was lost. Learn from my mistakes, please. In all seriousness, if I could go back and redo the duties, I would choose one character for each, and then make every other character farming. You can level up the characters stupid fast by farming, and I'll tell you how. This is a farm sim, so yeah, you have to farm. It's honestly the easiest way to make money that's not a huge waste of your time. This goes for anything you're doing, but if you have someone assigned to farming, for the love of all that is holy, take them with you. Through the grapevine, meaning I forgot where I learned it from, I found a method of farming that is the only way I do it now. I forgot what crops to do this with in the earlier stages of the game, but if you have the Forest of Valor unlocked, do it with onions. If you have the Frosted Heights unlocked, do it with eggplants, and if you have the Frosted Lands unlocked, do it with pumpkins. Basically, buy a shit ton of seeds. And by shit ton, I don't mean 50. I mean boost Goofy's economy through the fucking roof and buy like 200. Plant them with your farming buddy, then when they're ready to harvest, this is the way. Also, don't forget to check if they need to be rewatered. Some crops like pumpkins need to be watered like 3 times before harvesting. You grab your farmer and basically put them in the baby cage mentioned earlier, any fencing will do, and go to town on your crops. This way, they won't get in the way of any golden crops you get, and you get to watch them explode when you're done. After this, just sell them to Goofy and make his pockets bleed. You may have been my bestie for 10 years, but now I'm a farm tycoon. You will bleed for this economy. Once I find oil, it's over for you and that fucking Scottish
Scotland forever!
Okay, the next 2 points that I have are going to be very character specific points, so if you don't want spoilers, don't go past this point. Alright, Ariel and Ursula. Anyone that has leveled these two up to level 10 knows how much a pain in the ass it is. My technique, and what I later learned is the meta, is to make sure you have your daily conversations with them, do their quests, and give them gifts. If you don't know how the gift system works, you sure will after these two. This is how I like to explain it. To break it down, everything in the game has a gift economy, except for like furniture and clothes. The higher on the economy it is, the more XP your characters will get to level up. The favorites of the day give extra XP. Their gift economy is like doubled or even tripled. In the lower levels, they will level up maybe 2 or 3 levels, and in the late levels, they will give you a boost into 1 level up. This is extremely helpful, especially at level 8 or 9, when you're wishing Maui asked to put octopus on the menu. Because they're so boosted, they can and will ask you for things that you don't have access to, that will send you down rabbit holes, so be prepared. Some things are lower on the gift econ, like wheat and, seaweed, and some things run the bank, like gems and flowers. Remember the gems and flowers bit, because I'm about to tell you something very important. At the beginning of the game, Merlin will stone-faced lie to you and tell you that Dream and Day shards are good to give as gifts. Never, under any circumstances, give these as gifts. I do not care that Kristoff is blackmailing you over your clothing choices. Do not give him the shards. So many quests need them and they are hard to come by. Do not give them as gifts, and do not craft Dreamlight out of them. Anyways, back to the flowers and gems. After you give Ursula and Ariel their favorites that you can, completely empty your inventory in your storage and get as many flowers as you possibly can. Remember I said that flowers are high on the gift econ? Well, you're gonna level them up with flowers, quests, and favorites. With time, what took me a week, you'll have them completely leveled up. I'm adding this on here because it's new to the December update and I had to do some deep digging to find out if my game was broken or if my brain was. With the December update, we got the addition of Woody, Buzz, and Stitch. Woody and Buzz are attainable through their realm, so they're pretty straightforward. Stitch is not, and it's very confusing if you don't know what's happening. Someday, I don't know when, you will be walking across Dazzle Beach and find a shiny sock. Pick it up and you'll start the quest line to bring Stitch to the valley. After you complete part 1, yes, I said part 1 of this quest, Donald will pretty much tell you to fuck off and find out for yourself what's happening. For the time that you finish part 1 of this quest, at least 5 days need to pass for you to find another sock in Pleasant Meadow. After you do this part 2 of the quest, Goofy will then tell you to fuck off and find out for yourself what's happening. I thought we were better friends than this. I guess the Trinity means nothing to you. 5 more days need to pass, and then you will find another sock in the Forest of Valor. After you find the sock and do part 3 of the quest, you will be able to add Stitch to your village. You're welcome. I was again button mashing, trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. Alright, that's all my brain dumping that I have for this game. Again, please use my knowledge, I beg you. I hope your journeys in the valley are fun and magical. And if you want to like and subscribe, you can join me in wondering if we're ever gonna even get a mention of Sora in the Valley. Thanks so much. See you later.
Oh, that's good. I keep having this nagging feeling that I've forgotten something.
Hey, if you forgot it, it probably wasn't all that important.
Yeah, I guess.